Hi and welcome to the Stockholm International Film Festival.
Thank you.
You're here with the film As I Open My Eyes. Can you tell us a little about what the film is about?
The film is about a young girl which is 18 in the Tunisia of 2010, so it's some month before the revolution, and she's singing in a rock band, and it's a coming age story. We follow the way she has to fight with her family and the society to be able to sing, and the way such a band is treated in the Ben Ali style.
How did you get the idea for the film?
How, sorry?
How did you come up with the idea for the film?
When there was the revolution, I was really straight thinking that finally we can talk about the old times where I grew up, and that was an atmosphere always of fear, paranoia, of police everywhere. So I wanted to really to describe this, and to describe with this the energy of the youth, and there was really the last month big energy. So I wanted really to make a film about this.
Almost 5 years have passed now since the Jasmine Revolution. How has life changed in Tunisia since then?
Since then there was the worst and the best in Tunisia's story, so life changed because there is a lot of association now, and the journalism are talking much more, and people really talk and are much more active, and there is really a society that is really active. We are trying to build democracy, but it's a transition time, so it's not that easy. So we have still a lot of challenges.
The actors in the film, how did you cast the film?
I made a very, very long casting. I was like, no one is really professional in the film. There is very few professional actors. So I made a long casting for the main character. Like, I met a lot of girls that sings and that are young and that feel able to act. And the girl that I choose, it's her very first acting and singing, so that was great. For the music band, I met a lot of young musicians, and we created this band. And yeah, I was searching very, very, very long for everyone.
Besides searching for the right actors, how did you prepare before you started shooting the film?
I was preparing a lot with the locations. I was really going everywhere with the DOP, and we were thinking very much about how to make the atmosphere right. There was a big preparation also for the musical scene, because they really play for real. So the band was rehearsing long before, and there was also, I was always rewriting, so I was working very much with each of the known actor to read their text and to make them feel if they like their text and if they are able to say the things like this. So I make improvisations with them, and I rewrite with their own word, and I give them a new text that they can say it like more close to themselves, because there is this, like, the person acting is very close to the character she's acting, but also quite far to be able to be different. So I work like the character goes to the person and the person goes to the character. So this all is several stages about the scenes they act.
How long did you work with the movie, if you go from where you started working on the script until you were done?
Like the very, very first word till the real first screening, maybe 4 years. But in these 4 years, I made another short film. I was working in several films. I wrote a screenplay with someone, so it's not 4 years full time, but it's 4 years. It took me maybe 8 months to write the first real draft, but afterward I was all the time rewriting. Then there is the financing part, which is quite long, and the preparation, which is maybe 6 months, but 1 year before I was already searching for the main actress. and the shooting was 6 weeks. And then you have all the post-production, which is three months of image editing and 3 months of sound editing and mixing and color grading.
Were there any challenges in making the film during those 6 weeks that you were shooting the film?
One of the biggest challenges was the music, because all the music is live in the film and it's really like real concerts, and creating a band, writing the song for the band, writing the music for the band, creating their own digital identity in the band and make them play for real. All this was really huge challenge. And the second challenge was the main actress, because the role is quite hard and she goes through a lot of emotions. So to be really like, how to say, sincere and that we feel everything, that was a big challenge.
As you said, the film takes place a couple of months before the revolution. Why did you use that time setting for the film? Why did you use that time for period of time for the film?
Because it's a period where there was really new youth energy, and at the same time we were struggling really much, and everyone was very surprised about the revolution, and everyone was making film about the facts of the revolution, but all these facts doesn't explain. So I wanted to make an intimate story that explains, that can explain for some persons where it comes from, and to describe this atmosphere, which was 20 years of dictature. So I thought it's really important to talk about it.
I also feel that it's a film about liberating yourself from a conservative social system. Is it in some way based on your personal experiences?
There is some things that are based on my personal experience, because I grew up in this moment, but it's also things I saw or friends of mine lived, or it's also some things are just invention, because when you decide to build a character which is not afraid or not aware of the limits, and it's a coming age story, so there is a lot of things which are just because of the story itself, and the character brings some things that happen. So some things are autobiographic, but not that much.
Is there something that you hope the audience will bring with them when they leave the movie theater and have seen the film? Like, do you have a message with the film?
I don't want to close the film and to decide the message. I think the film have several levels, because it's a story, mother-daughter story, and for some people, for some others, it's really the music and the youth and the energy. For the others, it's very political, so I can't decide for them. I just hope that they felt a lot of emotions and that they are thinking and knowing better Tunisia, but I can't decide for them.
This is your first feature film. What's the biggest difference in making a feature film compared to the short films that you've done before?
It's making interviews with televisions like you. It's really the like when you make a short film, you take a lot of time, nearly as long as for a long film, even if the shooting is shorter, but you take a lot of energy, and then the film is very short, so something is not logic. And when you make a long film, it's nearly the same, but all the time is more right, and so it's everything you take more time, and that's good, because it's more coherent with the energy you put, the length. But what is really different is everything which is after, like the industry part, that the film is really, you have a sailor and you have a distributor, and it's gonna be released in cinema, so all the marketing work is really different, and all the relation to journalists, making interviews and all the festivals, it's really, really different from a short film.
Is it better?
It's different, I don't know. It's more tiring and it's more intense, but you can feel that the film is also it can reach much more people, but for that it's also a product, like it can bring money, and it's really industry. So I don't know, I'm discovering.
While you were writing the script and also before you started shooting, were you inspired of any movies, any other movies?
Specific for this film?
Yeah.
I was very inspired by a film from a Turkish-German filmmaker called Fatih Hakim. It's a film called, in French it's called Head On, but in German it's called Gegen die Welt. I don't know if you know this film.
I don't speak German.
I don't know the Swedish title. It's a very famous film and it had a lot of energy. I was inspired also a little bit by Iranian filmmaker called Asghar Farhadi, and yeah, like this.
Like I said, this is your first feature film. Are you working on any other projects?
Yes, but it's really a little bit tiny yet. It's not time to talk about it, but it's all in the head. Like, it's not. I don't have a ready screenplay. I'm working, so, but I have no time with all the promotional part.
Yeah, but you're gonna make more films.
Yes, of course.
Yes, yes. Do you have like a dream project that like that's the film I want to make?
I have several, but maybe 2 or 3 in my head, but which are not for now. Yes, that I would like to do in 10 years, or that needs really a lot of knowledge, much more even. But it's not for now.
When you have done these dream projects in 10 years or so, will you come back to Stockholm and show the films to us?
Ah, yes, I hope. I hope to come back even with the next films.
Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.